little bit of a guideline here for us to follow, so we stay on track. So everybody knows we're going to talk about who we are, where we come from, why we feel like we've got some things to offer to all of you watching, and probably a little bit about where we expect this to go, especially with the next fall season. The summer season's been fun, but I think the next fall season we are going to blow up.
I truly agree. I truly agree. I will let you go first then, since
Okay,
you are the right hand.
right on. So we're just going to, like I said, we're just going to go through a little bit about who we are. So I'll start. My name's Robert Geek. I go by Geek. Pretty much anybody who knows me would call me that anyway. That is how you pronounce my last name. I am a registered volunteer for USBC. I just recently got my level 1 coaching certificate. I am in Denver, the Denver area in Colorado. And I got a very short history, guys. Dwight's probably got a lot more history than I do. I've been bowling a long time, but I never took it that serious until the last few years. I had one season as a youth and started in as an adult. Bowled with my grandpa, my uncle, whoever would have me. Started dragging me to nationals. I got a little bit more involved, but really only the last 3 seasons, maybe 4 if you count when I really got in with a friend of mine. And I dove in, and I've been growing pretty rapidly over the last 3 seasons. So that's really about as much history as I have, as far as where I came from. A lot of bowling, but not that much serious. So I'm sure Dwight's got a bit more than that.
Well, let's see. We're going to start talking about me. Well, guys out there, I'm Dwight Green. I am also a level 1 certified USB coach, also registered as a volunteer with USBC. That was as of April this year. I just started to try to take the coaching side serious. I've been doing the coaching thing for, I want to say, about 14 years now, but I never really got it certified. So now with Stream being a creation of mine and I'm the CEO of it, I was like, well, let me go ahead and take that seriously. I started bowling at the age of 10. Um, so I bowled pretty competitively at 10 years old with youth leagues, bowling in tournaments, trying to go to what it was YABA back then. It was a
Yeah.
Youth American Bowling Alliance.
Showing some age, Dwight.
Yeah, I'm up there. I'm up there. Uh, I've came close to winning a few singles tournaments like that overseas. That's where most of my bowling was. I bowled overseas in Italy and Germany, then came to the States, took a break from it, came back, started bowling some more. Placed, I think, fifth in my tournament then, and then no, just started bowling here and there. Got serious with it with moving up to the adult leagues, and after that, it just kind of grew into something that I just like to do. I would say that lately in the last year or so, I've really started to take it a lot more serious as in understanding, equipment, understanding transition, lane play, stuff like that. So as far as stats, I have 9 300 games, 15 if you count no tap. I have 500 800 series, my highest being 842. As far as average, my highest technical average for over 30 games is 227. My highest average, according to USBC, is 247. This year, my highest average was 233. Highest sanctioned sport average is 197. And just looking to grow on that, looking to actually make that something even more. Because with the sport bowling I've been doing over the last few years, I've been wanting to do more of that. And that's pretty much me in a nutshell. Uh, what about you?
Yeah,
Where'd you
I'll
start?
uh, I'll dive in kind of where you left off. Like kind of the same as you. I just recently got into the coaching. This last couple of weeks, I started coaching the juniors for Bowler Depot. Got all of my certifications done. Going to work on my bronze certification next. Again, I haven't bowled that many seasons. Seriously, I bowled for probably 30 years. I have 21 years at the USBC Nationals. But again, I didn't take it that serious. So recently, though, I had one 300 and I had one 800. prior to really the last couple seasons. Now I have 6 300s, another 800, 812 being the highest. In 23-24, I averaged 231. 22-23, averaged 233. So you can see the last few seasons I've really, really started to build my game and my knowledge of the sport, just trying to just learn everything I can as a sponge. I did recently win here in the Denver area, our local association. I bowled well enough in the 22-23 season to be put on the team of honor. So that was kind of a big deal. There's only 6 people that get picked from the whole Denver area. So that was a shock. I wasn't sure I was that good, but apparently I was. I carried 225 or better in 6 leagues, I think. So I was bowling everywhere, all over the place. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm hoping to get to 200 on sport. My high sport average that's recorded is only 176, but I bowled a bunch of tournaments. I know I'm probably closer to 190, 195. So just got to prove it where it counts. So yeah, that's the stats that I've got. Dwight's got a few more. I got some that are recent. So you can tell I'm coming into my own now. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of our questions we did have was, true average. What do you think your true average would be? Would it be on sport or would it be on house? What do you think?
I mean, everybody bowls house, so most people are going to recognize your house. In my opinion, you don't really earn your salt until you prove it on the sport patterns, though. Challenge patterns, the Kegel challenge patterns, I pretty much eat up. They're nothing more than modified house patterns, more or less, minus a couple of them. Obviously, there's a handful that are pretty tough, but my true house average is probably 225. My true sport average is probably 190. Nothing special, and it shows how much it drops off when you really get into the harder patterns. It will really make you realize all of your mistakes. So true average sport, not too many people bowl sport because they're afraid of it. So I think that's my answer to that.
Yeah, I would agree. Before this, I didn't do a lot of sport, but in the last few years, been doing it and learning my equipment, learning lane play, learning the differences between the layouts and everything, how they affect ball motion. I have to go with sport as well. No,
Yeah.
Sport, it's a even playing field. It's more you doing the shooting and not the ball being guided. No, a lot of people don't realize how much the ball is actually being guided back to the pocket versus it actually being a good shot.
Oh yeah, like a funnel.
Yeah, it's if you really learn how to read the pattern, but the pattern sheets, it kind of makes sense. Like, oh, that's why this does that. And it's always being said. There's always built-in friction, whatever. But then nobody really thinks deeply about it. And up until recent, the last few years, I've really been thinking deeply about it. And I was like, oh, yeah, it really does make sense that certain things happen this way because of what they said. You never take it past that part. You kind of just accept it for what it is. So, no, sport for me is definitely a true tell of skill, true tell of how you would perform in a playing field with other people who, like the professionals, bowl on. They bowl on sport. These guys are good. They make it look easy. The gap between us and sport and professional bowlers is so huge, and with stream, that's kind of what I want to close, that gap between us and them, because it really is a us and them.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Oh, I can compete with them. Yeah, maybe on house, but if you get on an actual tournament pattern, you're pretty much done. You're cooked.
Yeah, I mean, I have a perfect example. I've got a local professional here. His name's Chris Kelso, and I can compete with him on house. In fact, I was only 2 pins under him a couple seasons ago. He was at 235. I was at 233. Again, house patterns. And when we step on the lanes in sport, he eats me alive. There is no question who the better bowler is at that point. And the experience that he has in those situations and the shot making ability really shows up once we get on those conditions.
Yeah, it does. It really does. Um, I want to be that good. I don't want to be house good. I want to be sport good.
Oh yeah,
It's a true difference between house and sport being good. And
yeah.
this year will be my first time going to nationals. I know you were saying that you've been to nationals numerous
21
times.
years. Yeah,
I've never been. This is my first year, and I don't know how I'm going to do. I'm not going to say that I'm going to do great. I'm not going to say that I do bad. I'm going to do
sure.
bad. I spent the last 4 or 5 years bowling on sport patterns for the summer, so I've learned a lot in those last few years. So I think it's going to help me a lot. The Patrick, to answer your question, I will be going to Vegas July 23rd through the 26th. I bowl on the 24th and 25th. Unfortunately, we can't film, so I would love to go live, but I had a feeling you couldn't.
Sure.
So, looking at the
There's
videos and everything I've seen, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do too bad. From where they were playing and the equipment they were throwing, that's a lot of the stuff that I was throwing last year for sport patterns. And then when I bowled on the summer, last summer I bowled on the 2023 team pattern and I actually averaged 200. So I don't think I'm gonna do bad. But I'm not going to go out there thinking I'm going to blow it out the water either. No,
Sure.
if I do shoot 700, man, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be proud of myself. But I don't expect that. No, I expect at least 580, at least, even maybe a low 5, because I'm bowling with a team that I don't know. No,
Sure.
there are people that they just happen to ask me to go, and I say, okay, well, what the hell, I'll go. No, just to say I went for the first time, so I don't know how they're going to play versus what I know, and I don't know what they know. And I'm not the type of person during live play to try to coach somebody, because if you're already in your type of habits, it's kind of how to get you out of it during when the lights come on. So
Yeah.
as far as team, I have no idea how the team's going to do. I hope we do well, but I'm just going to do what I know how to do. And just try to make good shots.
Yeah, and that's something we'll get into in some podcasts down the road, the differences between, like, really diving into the differences between house and sport and how much it matters what the bowlers around you on the lanes do to set up the pattern. Again, we'll get into some of that, but yeah, true average sport is hands down. But again, like I said, I kind of lean back. Most people that are even going to be watching are just house. So
yeah,
unfortunately, it is what it is, because there are 900,000 house patterns and very few sport bowlers. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and move into the next. I think that gives everybody a pretty good idea as to who they're talking to. We got a lot of experience in Dwight. Somebody who's been diving in the last 3 seasons for me. Let's start talking about stream bowling, and that is what we're here for. Our first stream podcast here, trying to get everybody involved. Hopefully we make this a weekly thing. Dwight, this is pretty much on you. You are the original, it wasn't stream at the time, but you did come up with the Facebook page originally. Why don't you give us a little history on how that came about?
So, stream, actually, the Facebook page started as actually a car enthusiast page.
Oh, jeez.
It's been around for some years, and I just never used it. I never found use in it because I'm a car guy. I love cars. But over time, when I met a certain somebody on TikTok and decided to come up with the All We Do Is 10 podcast, I decided to find use for that page. From there, things happen, and it evolved from All We Do Is 10 to stream. And then I met you before that with the whole TikTok group of friends. And for a while, it was always being tossed around the idea, can we have tournaments and challenges across the platform of TikTok and manage to keep it under control, manage to have fun, and not really be in the same place, but still do something for us bowlers.
Yeah, so let's I'm just going to pause you real quick. Let's talk about that messenger group real quick, because that's kind of where you and I met more directly. Yeah.
That's when the stream started. It started from those challenges we were doing.
Yeah.
and it was became fun. No, me and you kind of had the same. We met there, and then from there we just kind of grew from a friendship, and it was like the vision was there, and it
Yep.
was like at the same time I was still doing All We Do Is 10, but then no, again, certain things happened, and it was like, okay, well, I want to go on and move forward with somebody who has the same like mindedness that I have. And
Yep.
I found that in you, and he was like, you wanted to do the same things, you wanted to make it grow, you wanted to do something fun. You, just like me, were about trying to make this challenge over TikTok work because before you,
Yeah.
it's been said by tons of people, loads of people saying, hey, let's do challenges over TikTok. And I'm like, always, hey, let's do it. And
Yeah.
nothing came from it. And
It's
then me and you
hard.
get together and we have the TikTok friends group, and it was in a messenger, and it was like, okay, we're going to make this happen.
Yeah.
So it started happening. And
Yep.
then from there, I've lost count how many challenges we did in the group before we
In the
actually took it to
group, I'd
a
have to
page.
look, but we did some fun stuff. I remember some of the ones that we did, and those challenges. I mean, we were gathering some of the best bowlers we could find, but not just that. I mean, they had to be the right people too, like minded and fun. And some of
Yeah.
those challenges were good times. We had some good competition and gave each other a hard time every once in a while for who won and who lost.
Oh yes, it was truly a test, and then I mean I appreciate every single one of the people that was in that group, and those same challenges today are some we've taken some of our challenges that we have for stream from them, but I still consider those core challenges that we did as tests and trying to really see if we could make it work. I really enjoyed those challenges. Those challenges are actually going to become in person tournaments once we get to that
Yeah.
point, which is the goal of stream is to have in person tournaments because they were perfect. Those challenges we did before we started putting stuff on the stream page on Facebook, it was fun. It was
Yeah.
different. They had a twist. It was something that
We made
engaged us.
videos.
Yes, and we got away from the video making, but that's only because we've been growing like crazy.
Oh, I mean, we can't fit that many people in a single video. When we were in just the challenge group in our TikTok friends group, it was easy to, the videos were basically the prize. Who got the recognition that they won that challenge? And I got to tell you, I did enjoy making those videos. But you're right, we outgrew them rapidly, which kind of leads me into that next piece, the Facebook page growth and that first challenge that we opened to the Facebook group. Wow, what a ride that was.
Oh yeah,
It
that was
blew up quick.
it did. I mean, we went from in less than a year from over 130 to over 900 in less
Yeah.
than a year. It hasn't even been a year yet since it became stream, and it hasn't even been a year yet since we started the challenges on the page. It was stream before we actually brought the challenges to the page. I think we didn't bring
Yeah.
the challenges to the page until the new year. So it's
Yeah.
actually only been 6 months, and in the 6 months since we started the challenges on the page, we've grown exponentially.
Yeah.
It's been ridiculous how fast we've grown and people are spreading the word. And you have been a huge advocate of getting people interested, people spreading the word and saying, hey, look, come check this out. This is something fun, something different. And then the people are just diving in like, hey, this is different. I love this. I mean, we have people from literally all over the nation, which is what I love. No, it's not just all people from my area in the South, in Mississippi,
Yeah.
New Orleans. It's not just people from Florida. It's not just people from Colorado. It's people from all over the country
Yep.
that has joined the group and is talking about it, and it's still growing.
Yeah.
So it's got to be it's in the right hands and it's in the right form. So, and I'm a firm believer in the Lord, and the Lord says, "Whatever I have for you is for you, and I will make it grow." And it's grown beyond my expectations. Like I didn't expect it to grow this fast in 6 months. So
It was
I'm all for looking towards the goal of the first in person tournament, so that it's now we're seeing face to face what we can bring to the table, because then that brings a whole different level.
yeah. Which brings us into the next bullet here, the future of stream and what we're looking for, where we expect to be. You mentioned that we only got about a half of a fall season when stream really opened up to Facebook and started opening up those challenges, and look what we were able to accomplish. What we might accomplish in the next fall season when we've got an entire 8 months worth of league bowling. I can't even fathom where it could go, what kind of challenges we might have, what kind of prizes we might be looking at eventually down the road. I bring up the prizes. I do have some stuff here that we're looking to give away, but I'd like to hear, Dwight, where you see us in the next fall season. We're just going to go, since this is a bowling show, let's just talk about it in not years, but fall seasons. In the next 8 months when this fall season picks up, what do you expect?
In the next 8 months, the next season, for this 2024-2025 season, I expect us to at least have our first live in-person tournaments. No, I'm
Somewhere.
working on one right now, but the goal is I build the blueprint, kind of like we did with the TikTok Friends group. And hey, this is how it works. This is how we're going to do it. And then send it off. You run one in your area. Swan, she runs one in her area. We get Aaron up in Delaware run one in his area. So now people are in person seeing this thing, and seeing what stream is. And then what helps us too is we actually have UBA people in our group. And they post constantly in our group. And then people who don't know what UBA is the Underground Bowling Association, which was sponsored by Storm, I want to say about 15 years ago. And it's a huge bowling group. And for them to actually join our page, and I actually had to get it confirmed by one of our admins, Sagira, like, is this legit? Is this a real UBA page? And she was like, yeah, this is a real page. Like, they are legit UBA. I was like, wow. Like, we have their attention, and they're constantly posting stuff in our page, and I'm for it, because when we go live and we have in-person tournaments and we're there, it's like, okay, we're going to draw them to us because they know who we are. And it's growing exponentially. So with the new fall season, I don't see us growing slower. I see us really just jumping, because now we started halfway through the year. With the full season, I could imagine. I can't even fathom where we will be as far as numbers. And then as far as the tournament sizes, when we're doing them online,
the challenges are going to get lit.
50 to 60 people. So I can imagine spreading in the news and starting at the beginning of the season, hitting that 100, 200, even 300 people. And it's like, we have 13 admin for a reason. So it's like, between 13 of us, we should be able to handle it. Right now, we're doing the summer challenge, King of the Hill, and that's kind of secretly a test for a online league. Can we manage this over a long period of time? Because if we can, then that opens the doors to a whole bunch of other things that we can do. And then we're not just looked at as a simple mom and pop. Oh, we're there just doing these simple. No, we're running real stuff. We're running real leagues. We're keeping averages. We're keeping points. And we're accurate with it. The only thing we ask is take a picture.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like such a simple thing, but man, we definitely have some people who just can't quite get that. Yeah, but we will. I know that the more we talk about it and the more we tell people about it and the more people see other people posting how they post the pictures, I know that it'll get better. Hang on. Sorry about that. But yeah, we'll be able to run some really cool stuff. I know that you and I have talked about a couple of challenges right off the bat that I'm looking forward to: the Border Wars or the Civil War, whatever it comes down to. That is going to be so awesome.
That's going to be epic. That one. I'm ready for that one. I'm not hesitant on it. I just want to see how many people we can get. I wanted to kind of launch it right at the beginning of fall season. I'm like, well, no, let's wait just a tad to see how many more people we get in just from hearing about us in the beginning of the league, and then drop it. Like, hey, okay, we're about to have Civil War. It's about to go down.
I'm looking forward to that one. I know.
You want to bowl too, and that with your surgery, I was like, man, I can't launch Civil War right at the beginning of the year, especially because I know you want to participate. So
I got a couple months, and then maybe another month of just getting back into shape. But Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. And even if I can't participate, you can bet I'll be participating by bringing people in because my neck of the woods is going to go off. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah,
So
between the Colorado and Louisiana area, they are amped for it, so they're
don't
ready
leave
now.
Florida out, or we're going to hear from Swan.
Oh yeah, Swan's in here somewhere.
She's in here.
No,
I see
that,
her.
that, that Florida. They want part of it too, and I can't count out the DMV with Aaron. No,
Yeah.
he's been a big help as far
Oh
as
yeah.
trying to learn the sheets, learn how to run the actual challenges, and this last one. I mean, just with 50 something people, with just two of us actually running it, it's going smooth. So
Yeah.
I can't complain about. I'm not afraid of how we're going to run them next year. It's more along the lines of getting people acclimated to how we do it.
Yeah.
No, that's going to be the challenge.
Yep. So let's real quick, since we're on this summer challenge, you brought that up and how well it's going. I'm gonna let everybody see what is this top 8 get these, and then there's a possible first place prize. Real quick, just so everybody gets a peek at it. Top 8, right, Dwight, are getting these bad boys.
Top 8.
So, yep, we had these bad boys made up. The top 8, these are being donated by the admins and the mods for the top 8. So, just so you guys know, there are things coming that we're working on to entice more people to come in and participate. We won't always be the one donating the prizes in, but if we have a small entry fee, $5, $2, whatever, just to supplement so we can get prizes out. I'm pretty sure Dwight and I agree that we're not going to do any money challenges,
No.
but we are going to do some prizes, maybe some buy-in tournaments, just so we can supplement and get some people some cool stuff out in the field.
Yeah, with us doing the online challenges, no money. We're not going to do any money prizes. That runs into a whole different problem.
Yep.
Now, once we get to in person, that's a whole different ball game. We can actually collect, touch, and see the money, collect it, put it somewhere, and pay out a prize fund. No, so once we get the
online
tournaments going, that's when the money will be there, and then that'll be enticing for people to travel to our tournaments. But as far as online goes, you pay a fee, and that's what it's going to. You're going to pay a fee, and there's going to be some type of prize that you're going to win. No, I don't believe in. I've seen too many things go wrong with money on Facebook, so we're not going to do it. I don't want to be tainted in any type of way by it. So we have had no problems in the 6 months, and I'm not trying to create any problems either. I don't want no
exactly. Yep. Are you ready to? Down the road, even these sweet jerseys we got, they could become prizes at some point. You ready to reveal those?
Yes.
Before we get into this ending topics here, last couple things. Let's see it. Let's see yours real quick. So for everybody who's watching, real quick, me and Dwight were working on these along with a couple of, both of us are working on getting on with some clothing companies, L1 Apparel. Yeah, we got Dwight's logo right up here.
But here's the most beautiful part, though.
Oh yeah, bring up a little bit. There it is. So there's Dwight's. I got one back here behind me. I think I can back up just a little so people can see it a little bit better. We got these made through L1 Apparel. Miss Sagira Wheeler helped us out quite a bit on this. I know we're working with Reggie, possibly going to get into some of his clothing line.
Pin Down Apparel.
Pin Down Apparel.
One of our other jerseys that we can get for the stream bowlers.
Guys, that is no joke right there. If you noticed, his is gold, mine is green. Dwight worked really diligently on coming up with a logo that we could interchange the colors with. So if a person has a specific color in mind, it isn't something that we're just going to slap on a generic logo. We'd be able to customize, going forward to make it look sharp, just sharp.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with those.
No, and I thank all of my admin who help out. No, especially you, the Most Geek, because we clashed on an idea and it meshed and it's like, okay, fuel the jet, let's go. There was no hesitation. It was just like, we're gonna make this happen, And that's where I truly appreciate you guys with wanting to help, having the same like-mindedness, same mindset. And since the page's inception and how it's became what it is, we have had very few issues. We don't have any
No.
bullying. We don't have
Yeah. What
anybody
do,
talking down to anybody. It's like truly a dream page for bowlers to come to. No, or
yeah.
anybody can ask any question, and you don't have to fear to be ridiculed. I've been on pages where you ask a question, 5 minutes, you got somebody jumping down your neck asking a stupid question or trying to make you
Yeah.
look
I ain't
bad.
going to be tolerated.
No, and it's like it's not. No, you catch the boot
Yeah. We've
real
had
quick.
one person that we've had to ask to leave so far, unless I missed any, just that one guy that was causing problems right off.
Yeah, it was that one person. And since then, the tone has been set that we are not playing with any bullying. We're not accepting any bullying. We're not accepting anybody talking down. We're all here to grow.
Yep.
We're all here to push each other to the next level. And we have bowlers like Swan herself, Black Swan. Y'all go check her out. Who started as a 170, 180 average bowler to now she's she's bowling with the big dogs. No, she could shoot a 250 on you. She shot her first 300 recently, not even
Yeah.
what 4 months ago. No, and it's continuing to grow. And it's not just her; it's other bowlers that are just enjoying the challenges and enjoying being able to compete. And then the good thing is we ain't got no handicap.
We've come up with some really uh, creative ideas to make sure that every level of bowler feels welcome. From the way we run our challenges, that was one of the things that I know that I was super happy with, the way we can not have to worry about getting people's averages, not have to worry about sandbagging, not have to worry about tracking people and whatnot. We've just literally come up with the most creative ways to pit lower average bowlers against upper average bowlers and make them all feel like they can compete. There aren't a whole lot of challenges or tournaments that can say that without a handicap, and we have just been really creative and come up with some great ideas. Some of our admins, our mods, they're coming up with new challenges all the time. You know, I love it, which brings me to part of my vision for Stream as well. I'm just going to throw it out there. One of the things I tell people when I talk about Stream is you can get as much or as little from our page as you want to get from it. If you want to grow in the sport and you want to take it serious, but still remember that there's that fun aspect, because let's be honest, we're a social media driven page. TikTok, Instagram, we have a YouTube page, Facebook, obviously. We want it to be fun, but if you decide that you want something from this page and take these challenges serious enough, you can push yourself and put yourself in position to understand pressure situations. Dwight and I make sure we talk about, take it serious enough, and when it's your night to bowl and you've chosen that night, you don't get to change it. That pressure is there to perform. And if you do it right, you will learn how to handle that pressure for down the road when you're doing in-person stuff. It's one of
Yes.
the things that I think has been kind of in the background, that people think, oh, they're just a Facebook page or this or that. If you take it for what we can make it for you, you will grow from this page.
Yes. I 100% agree. We have, like I said, Swan is just one of many that shows that the mindset has to be there. And if you could turn it on and off like a light switch, you're that much more dangerous. You can have fun, but at the same time, if you want to catch the smoke, I'll give it to you. And
Yeah,
I love that. I truly love that about what that's the page is accomplishing with helping bowlers grow who want to grow.
yeah,
We're not going to push nothing on you don't want to do, but if you want to get better and you want to bowl tournaments and want to go competitions, throw that average out the window. No, don't worry about that. Just bowl. Do your best.
yeah,
You surprise yourself. And I mean, hell, even Brit C, I think it's Brit C, right?
yeah.
She's grown a lot. And it's like,
Oh, yeah.
it's
I
awesome
mean,
to see.
yeah, the list is long. I mean, I could start throwing out a lot of names, especially from the bowlers that started in our TikTok page. I mean, my guy Carl, man, Jaded
Yes.
BMX. unreal growth from somebody who just started and still technically doesn't have a 21 game sanctioned average. And he's bowling scratch tournaments because he's not afraid to do it. And he's learning so quickly with the help of some of our guys, our admins, our mods, a lot of the people that Dwight alluded to in the page. We are fun and we are here to make sure it's enjoyable. But if you have questions, we have somebody somewhere in our page probably that has an answer and can give you good advice.
Yeah, between me, you, and our admin, we have what, 5 or 6 coaches?
Yeah.
No, me and you are level 1. You're about to be bronze soon. I'm gonna have to schedule to get my bronze soon. Derek Parsons, Jacksonville bowler, he's silver. I think Bureau was silver too at one point. So we have loads of people who know what they're talking about. And I kind of wanted to be a requirement of my admin to get at least level 1 certified, because if you have a group of, if you have a page, kind of like, let's say, throw it out there, Creating the Difference, where they have only the coaches can give advice, which I don't know if he's in here, I don't care. I don't fully agree with, because there are tons of bowlers out here who are really good who aren't coaches. They just don't coach, but they know how to throw a ball and they know how to read the lanes. Why deny them from giving the opportunity of coaching? Because then that could interest them and say, hey, I helped this guy out. I might want to be interested to coach. And then, okay, now I want to go get coaching certified. But you're limiting people. I don't want to limit people to just certain people, because everybody has a different way of explaining something. No, some people are good at explaining things. Some people suck. Some people just don't know how to explain what they do to somebody else. But the beauty of our page is we have people who explain in many different ways. And all of us are on the same wavelength as far as trying to help people grow and not trying to put people down. Because too many times I've seen coaches, literal coaches, and put people down because they're chicken weaning, or they ask a silly question, or they don't understand something. And it's like, why are you belittling this person because they don't know? They don't know because they don't know. For the simple fact, like sport shots. If everybody knew how to bowl on a sport shot and somebody explained it to them, I guarantee you a lot more people would do it. But it's the fear. And that fear gets spread around, and then you have the high average bowlers that don't want to be humbled. So they see them as, well, if they can't bowl on it, why would I want to bowl on it?
Yeah.
And then that breeds a bad mentality to want to try to better yourself, because you're not going to grow if you don't try to challenge yourself. But Stream is good. We're perfectly for that. We're going to challenge you. We're going to make you think that, hey, I'm not getting any extra pins, so I got to do my best, regardless of if it's a high average bowler or not. You never know. You get some good shots in, you might beat them. They might have a bad night. Who knows?
Yep. So let's, we're just about an hour in. I know you and I talked about keeping it short and sweet, but I had a lot of fun doing this. So let's start getting to where we're going to wrap up. Dwight, I'm just going to give you this one real quick. Just a quick rundown of what your future personal goals are. I know you alluded to averaging a little better on sport. What are your future goals? Just a short blip of what you expect.
So next year, definitely future goals, just in general, is 1, get my bronze certification for coaching. At least average 230, at least actual over a season. So that'll make my 227 average. And then sport, as far as sport, I want to do more tournaments. I want to do more tournaments and actually get involved in that way. But then the very most important thing is getting Stream live, where we have that in-person tournament. We have people coming to bowl in our tournaments in person, cash prizes. But the more important thing is it's a challenge. It's a twist. It's something fun to help grow the sport in not just my area, which bowling in my area is kind of like a pastime. They don't think of it seriously. Where if you go out to where you're at and go out to Florida or go up to the DMV, it's taken a lot more seriously. So if I can help it grow in this area with the ideas that we come up with, then I know with you guys and my team spreading the news and doing things out in your areas, it's going to grow even more.
Yeah.
No, so that's really my main goal is to get that in-person tournament set, done, and actually happen. So people can see us and be like, hey, we could stream it. We could stream
Yeah.
it. We could make videos from it, but then people are gonna see, hey, these guys they got some really fun
Legit.
stuff.
Yeah.
No, and they've been around
Yeah.
for at least a year. So
Yeah.
that's my personal goals for a stream and for myself is to get the live stream, the live in-person tournaments going so everybody can see.
Cool.
And we have a question from It's
Uh,
Ray saying they can choose their challenges, pick where they know they can win. I'm not sure what you
yeah.
mean by that. Elaborate. Well, what about you, Geek? What is your goal?
Um, my goals similar. I'm a little bit older than you. I am now 50 years old, so I can bowl in the PBA 50. We have at least two tournaments here every year for the PBA 50. This next season, I will be bowling in those. I will probably do a little bit of traveling again. I told you I know Chris Kell, so I might travel with him to some of the regular regionals as well. Goes back to the same thing as you. I want to get better on sport. I'm growing my arsenal based on sport now instead of house. And again, just to grow stream alongside with you and the admins and to see it become everything that we know that it can be. Putting in the work and doing all the right things and bringing in the right people to help run stuff. So, I mean, my goals are simple: bowl some PBA 50. That we have a Rocky Mountain Senior Tour here, average 230. That'll be my third season, full fall season at 230. So yeah, that's some lofty goals from both of us, especially those in-person tournaments. And I think we can make it happen. So,
Oh man, I
um,
know. It's not a if,
it's a win. Yeah.
it's when it happens and it's gonna go down. The question that we got was a statement. One reason why people don't bowl sports shots is because people pick and choose their challenges, pick where they know they can win. That is very true. That is very true. However, if you don't challenge yourself, you never know what you can do. You know, and as I was saying earlier, people paint sport as a taboo, as evil.
Yeah. It's not.
Evil
It,
incarnate.
it's
It's really
yeah.
not. No, it's knowing how. And if someone showed you what to do, I guarantee you wouldn't look at sport the same.
Yeah.
No, and that's what happened to me last year. I had the exclamation point behind my head popped up and everything. I was like, oh, it's really not as hard as I thought it was.
You just got to make shots and repeat shots. Once you find a line, it really comes down to consistency. Being able to keep doing the same things. Obviously, you need to see transition.
Yeah.
But once you figure those things out, it comes down to, can I throw the ball in the same place twice? Can I keep my hand in the same position? Speed, footwork, timing, balance, all of those things come into play so much more on sport patterns. Which leads us to our final topic here as we hit the hour mark. What do you want to talk about next week? I know you and I tossed a couple of ideas around, Dwight. I think both were pretty good ideas. I think we're planning on bringing in an admin, one of our admins, to talk about it with us.
Yes.
So there'll be a special guest.
Overall, yes, we will have special guests on this show. We will first introduce all our admin. All our admins are going to be introduced, and if they can go live or not, which most of us I think can go live on TikTok,
Almost. Yeah.
and will be posted, and everybody will be shared. But then we will grab our occasional special guest that's not an admin, but we also will have a special topic. Which next week, no, we talked about house shot and sports shot today. I know you had mentioned something about.
I would like to talk about the importance of summer leagues. I know not everybody bowls summer leagues, and I believe that it's sometimes a good idea to take it off. But there are so many things that you can grow with during summer leagues if you treat them as summer leagues that prepare you for the fall. So I would really like to talk about the importance of bowling through the summer, even if it's just one night a week. There are things you can get from it if done correctly, and I think we'd have some good topics to talk about.
Oh yeah, that's what our topic will be. And the cool thing about bringing our admins in and bringing in a guest is that we can also get their idea on it too. So it
Yep.
won't just be us two; it'll be others. One of the things
Awesome.
that's been said is Peyton says stream bowling should throw together a few teams for national next year. That is actually something we plan on doing. So
We have been talking about it pretty heavily.
yeah, so we actually are thinking about doing it, and even teams for big tournaments that we have down here in Mississippi. So, and any other places that we feel like going. So, Stream is going to be all over the place. Stream is. I'm not going to say we're going to be number one, but we gonna make some noise. People are going to really notice what we're doing, and then they're going to say, "That looks like fun. That
Yeah.
bowling looks fun. I want to be over there."
Yeah.
And who
I'm
knows?
gonna, go ahead and finish.
Hey, we're all
Yeah.
good here. I mean,
Yeah,
if
I was
anybody's
just
got
going to throw a couple shout outs real quick from people that I see on my screen. Sarah Zwicker's been watching me for a long time. Ricky Hatley. Swan's been in and out. Derek popped in a bunch. I know a lot of our regulars have been in and out of the stream here, and I appreciate all of you guys. Dwight, I know you had some people popping in asking questions. Give them a little shout out.
Yeah, we got Big Josh Bowling. He was on my side, which I ain't forgot about your logo. I've been busy.
He's got to give you some ideas.
He gave me some. I got something. I still got to finish it.
Don't you
I
let
got
him off
TJ
the hook.
Smooth over here. I got It's Ray, Peyton Bowles from down here where I'm at, Mississippi. So we got our people up in here, but we will see y'all again next week. I'm thinking Friday is a good day, unless you want to try a different day.
Not Friday. Friday seemed to work out pretty good for me. I had a little bit of hiccup today, but I worked it out and got here on time. So, guys, share that we're going to be doing this weekly. Spread the word.
Oh, we lost him again.
I'll be right. There I am. The more we spread the word by word of mouth from all of you watching that enjoyed this podcast today, this stream bowling thing that we've got started. I mean, there is no better way to get the word out than all of you watching and commenting and sharing and liking. I've seen a few gifts popping in. I appreciate those. I know Dwight probably got a few. I saw some hearts
Yes,
up there, Dwight.
Yeah, I did on my
So I just want to say we appreciate it. We actually had planned on about 30 minutes. This turned into an hour pretty easily. So I think we're going to have a good time with this weekly.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Well,
All right.
next time I hear y'all. Well, until next time, we'll see y'all. It's the stream ball
Next
time
I might not have a sling on.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
we'll have
so.
a better name though. We will come up with a better name. I promise y'all. But until
Yeah.
then, we'll see y'all later. This is Go Time signing off. That's my guy
Geek out.
All right, deuces. See y'all later.
See you guys.